Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Do you have your cuppa? I got my cuppa. Yep. I make a full cup of water. I boil it or, get it to that place. And then I put it in my little French press that's like a one cupper. I just feel so grown up. 70 years old and feeling grown up. So here we are, and I notice a few new people on the commenting, and so that's kind of cool. And I was thinking about something. Somebody was talking about stevia, and then another person was talking about decaf, and they were talking. I must have mentioned it in a video, and they were talking about the chemical processes that a lot of things go through that we think are BBCs. And I talk about BBCs here a lot. A BBC is a better bad choice. And perhaps you were initiated into the BBC club with Diet Coke or Tab or Fresca 50 or 60 years ago, like I was, in that the zero calorie fake chemical sweeteners were better bad choices, right? Yeah, I'll have a Whopper, a large fry, an apple pie, and a fish fillet, and yeah, tab. Yeah, a large one. Thank you. And we would think that it was a better bad choice of BBC to have the diet soda and, how many mansions are on Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard and down in the islands off of Florida because of, people that invented the fake sweeteners for the diet sodas. I mean, what a world it is now, right? And so they were talking about that with decaf coffee. How many processes do they have to go through to make that caffeinated coffee bean into a decaf coffee bean? A lot of processes. And when I first started doing all of this, like paying attention to food, yeah, took a while. Um, I learned that, like stevia, and they show the green leaf on the thing, and you think everything is really nice and it's an all natural product. And oh, yeah. And I heard that stevia goes through 53 different chemical processes to end up being the white powder. Well, that would make sense. I mean, how do you get a white powder? Like anything that ends up being a white powder, how much is it processed? So, but again, with the artificial sweeteners, although they call that a natural sweetener, I wouldn't, but they do because they can get away with it with whatever USDA law. They just know exactly how to side skirt swipe. What's that word? Um, skirt and still be able to call it an all natural product. I heard that 53 processes to go from a brown leaf to a white powder. What do you think of those chemicals that they must use that they don't have to disclose, right? So you think it's a BBC, a better bad choice because it's a zero calorie sweetener and it works. And you start putting, three of those, the bags like the yellow and the blue and the pink. This one's green, right? Green and white. You put that into your coffee and you think, well, this is a good thing. I'm doing this. And now all the products that you can find, keto products that are sweetened with stevia and other things, sugar alcohols, different things like that, like in all those ice creams out there, the Halo Top and the Rebel and the Enlightened. I like Enlightened, but oh well. Um, and they're sweetened with all those things. And we look at them and say it's a better bad choice, but is it really? And when you have your diet sodas and consider them a BBC, just know that all those chemicals, that aspartame, I can taste that in so many things. And so when you see something is unsweetened or no sugar, sugar free, there's the deception. You're looking for a product and it's some sort of processed product, right? So it's in the inner aisles of the grocery store and you see that and it says, sugar free. And so you grab it because you think, there, I'm I'm being a good and healthy person. I'm not having sugar. I think sugar is the least deadly of all these chemicals when it comes to sweetening. I know that some people in the paleo world, I think it is, I never was really paleo, so I'm not quite sure about the differences between us being keto and them being paleo. Is that I always felt, well, maybe I should be paleo because you can have honey and you can have maple syrup, real maple syrup, not log cabin or Mrs. Butterworth. There's deception, Mrs. Butterworth. Oh my God. So, and isn't it the same with real butter? Remember, real butter was the scariest thing in the world, and you were buying imperial margarine because you thought it was a better bad choice. You know, when I do Instacart, it's like they've got all these like smart balance and carb balance and crock pot shred or something, spread, something like that. And these are all what we think of as better bad choices. And then they have the bread that's like 45 calories. Have you read the ingredients? And you can't even see them without a magnifying glass. And yet, you know, the 200 ingredients are there. And so American food processors don't care about your health, and either do doctors. So a long time ago, we learned that our own health is our own mission, and we have to do our due, what is it, due duty, vigilance. We have to we have to take care of ourselves and really be mindful of those things. You know, that's why I stick to things like ghee, butter, meat as untouched as possible, except, you know, I mean, my halo is tarnished too. You know, on Saturdays we have the I have the cauliflowered crust pizza, and I put pepperoni on it. I buy Applegate, or I think there's another brand that I buy too that's got less, it's still processed, but there's less harmful stuff done to it. I don't know. It's a crapshoot, right? But knowing, you know, that you, when you go into it, a diet soda and a pink packet, a yellow packet, a blue packet. I mean, we learned about those packets a long time ago. But then you add the Truvia, you think that, well, this is good. Same thing with all the things that people add to their waters as electrolytes. Mayo comes to mind. You know, all those things have harmful chemicals in them. We really don't know what they do to us. And so in limited supply, I guess we are all in that same bandwagon of, you know, every now and then we get something that's been overly processed with chemicals, and we do the best that we can. You know, 100% pure, 100% organic. They still use pesticides when it's organic. You know, you still have to wash all those things. That's organic celery. Each stalk has to be washed. I don't have lettuce, but I do have coleslaw mixture. I don't wash that. You know, I get it. It's organic from Whole Foods, and it just goes in the bowl. I mean, there's places where I'm safe, and there's places where I guess I kind of cover my eyes and wash it in Dawn, and hopefully it works. So just be mindful. You know, if your diet's going along swimmingly, you're losing weight, you're losing inches, you're exercising, that and it works for you, you know, you're doing all the good keto good stuff, maybe take a little bit deeper dive into the layers of the things like the soda water, the diet sodas, the sweeteners that look, you know, you're going into the Nature's Promise section of your store, and you're buying what you think is organic and little processed and everything else. And you could be as duped as you are buying Sweet and Low, right? So just be mindful. Be mindful about what you're putting in your body. It's an overloading of chemicals at times, and we think of them as BBC, better bad choices. And they were. It was like the next white, it's as great as white sliced bread, right? It's like, this is great. But just be careful, because they don't care about you, and they do as much as they can to avoid scrutiny from the USDA and FDA and any other place that might be monitoring them. You know, when things are raised in a regular garden, and they spray it with all that glyphosate stuff and Roundup and everything else, and the plants look beautiful and green and lush, and yeah, but it's a chemical cocktail with a expiration date on it, and the expiration date is you. So be careful, mindful, just mindful. Just what's wrong with learning one more level deep of food and processing and additives? There's tons of documentaries that you can find. And so be safe, be careful, because they're not looking out for you. They're looking out for their bottom line. They need to get a bigger mansion on Nantucket or a new plane, a new jet to get them there for the weekend. Yeah. Okay. Just so you know. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with BBCs and how to be careful. Thank you. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.